young Bodie, and I am using my Instapot that I just bought. I bought it yesterday. I've been looking at them for a long time. Have a lot of friends who gave good reviews, talked about all the stuff they're making, so went ahead and jumped on the bandwagon, and I bought the Instapot Ultra 6-quart. Now I have a big family because we're a blended family. It means we've got 6 kids in our house sometimes, and I don't think the 6-quart, now that I have it home and I see it, I don't think the 6-quart's gonna work when I have what we call the full team. But for everyday soup or like meal prepping, I think this is gonna be a go-to for me. So this is my very first recipe. I have the starter guide out because I gotta admit I'm a little intimidated. This thing, I've heard these things blow up sometimes and whatever, so it's a pressure cooker, so I wanted to make sure I actually read the directions. Not something I typically do, but today's a new day. So I think we're ready to go. I started adding some vegetables here. You can probably see that I added some squash and potatoes, and I have actually some more potatoes here that I'm going to add. I'm just going to cut up this onion, and I'm going to add in some chicken broth and lentils, and then I'm going to see what else I need, and then we're going to get to cooking. Let's cook. So I'm just cutting up this onion. The recipe called for an onion. I always think this is one of the hardest parts about cooking using a recipe. I have no idea what it means to cut up an onion. I don't know what it should look like. I don't know what size onion to use. So I usually cut the whole thing and then throw some out or whatever. But especially this first recipe, so I'm just trying to, like, in my mind decide what size onion I think would be tasty in a soup versus too big and gross. So I'm thinking like that's probably enough, but like I said, who has any idea? I don't really know. I am not pedigree when it comes to cooking. We're just winging it on most days. But I will say my kids like my cooking for the most part. Oh man, my eyes are starting to water. It seems like in every meal, 1 or 2 kids loves what I make and one of them hates it. And it's like I can't, it doesn't matter what I make, there's always somebody who's upset. Man, dang. Woo! Eyes are, I'm crying. The onion got me. So like I was saying, I cut up, well, I had like this big onion. I don't know. They didn't have like smaller ones, although I thought I should get a smaller one at the store, but this is what they had, so I got it. I don't know, I'm not even going to use all this. I cut this much up, whatever this is, and I don't know like what the official word would be, but I call this my dice. This is my version of a diced onion. So in it goes, I would say some of it's diced and some of it's sliced, if we're being honest here. So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm making soup. I don't remember what the soup is called, but basically I had all the stuff, or most of the stuff the recipe calls for. I do not have fresh parsley, and I don't know, hang on, Stan, don't turn it, I'm ready. Oh man, let me log in. There's this one ingredient I have straight up never even heard of. So this one's called 2 teaspoons of herbe de Provence. I love French as much as the next guy, but I have no idea on God's green earth what herbes de Provence is. So I'm gonna call it pepper and garlic, and that's what we're putting in. And that's a true story. So I've also never made a soup with lentils. This is evidently Jackrabbit brand. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you can use anything you want. Oh, they're not even expired. That's fun. I have heard that different beans, like you have to soak them for a certain number of hours. So if you are gonna make a soup and it has like beans in a bag, definitely look at that ahead of time, because I have run into problems with that before. I'll go to think like I'm gonna make a 12-bean soup or something, only to find out that it takes 4 hours of soaking. Then I never do it, the beans expire, the end. So this said that you should always rinse them and examine them. I'm not really sure like what I'm examining them for, but we can do that. And then you don't have to soak them. It says no soaking. So that's what's happening. I'm gonna give these I'm gonna dump out my excess onion, and then I'm gonna give these a rinse and a thorough examination. Oh, that's the trash that my kid didn't take out. This said, the recipe called for a cup of lentils and then 3/4 of a cup of split pea, but it did say if you don't have split peas that you can use more lentils. So that's what's happening here. Oh damn, I think the lentils might go right through my thing. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So, typical. All right, we're gonna I'll just put them in here, and I'll give them their inspection here, I guess. I have no idea how I would even know something was wrong, honestly, but we'll just see. 1, 2, and then like it's like 3/4, so in my mind that's like another 1 and a little bit. What's on me? Okay, so that's it's 1 3/4 cup, so like a whole cup, and then measure how much you think would be 3/4. I do understand that in cooking it's important to be exact, but I honestly just don't think it's a big deal if you have a few extra lentils. They're delicious. They're good protein. It's the onions making my eyes water. Got my allergies going. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pour this out. Oh, here's like 1/4 of one. Maybe that's what they mean. I don't even know. I don't know. So, oh, some of them are funky, and I think that maybe that's what they meant. So that's that. That's gonna go in. I don't know. This is what lentils look like after you have examined them. I don't know. I don't even know what they are. They're really a weird thing. In they go. Lentils are in. And that's that. So I'll give that a rinse. And okay. So let's see. So what do we have in there so far? It did call. I forgot about the carrots. 2 cups of carrots. I'm not like a big fan of carrots. I think they cook weird. I just don't like them cooked. So I am going to put some in, but probably not straight 2 cups. Also, I think I'm running out of room. We haven't added any liquid yet, and we're almost at the max line. So I feel like I'm regretting not getting the 8-quart one, but the 8-quart one just looks so bulky, and honestly it was $160, and it was hard for me, and this is not like a thing against Instapot, I hear people love it, but it was hard for me to like imagine that I would make $160 worth of, you know, that it would like be worth it, that I would enjoy $160 worth of Instapot fun. So I got one on sale at one of my favorite stores that does some cash that they give back when you make purchases, and I went ahead and just got it on sale, and I got like 20% off coupon, and then I got I had $10 off, so that brought it down to a reasonable price. But I am thinking that you can see I'm already like, looks delicious. If you can see in here, I don't know, but it looks delicious, but it's looking awfully full. So we have squash, carrots, potatoes. I don't have celery, so that's not going in. Lentils, onion. I put garlic in, and now we need the 8 to 10 cups of vegetable or chicken broth, that herbs de Provence, whatever that is, and some salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the broth in, and then that garlic and pepper and salt, and then we're gonna see how to make this thing go, if we can. Okay, so this is there are 4 cups in here, so I need to find 4 more cups in my cabinet somewhere, which is anybody's guess as to whether I have more chicken broth. So that's that. I did use chicken broth. I think vegetable broth, I know that like if you're a vegetarian or a vegan that you would prefer to use that. Totally makes sense to me. I've done that for family who comes over, but it's much darker. So if you're not a vegetarian and you've never used it before, and you choose to use vegetable broth, just be aware that it's very brown. So it was a surprise to me the first time I used it, and I thought it made the soup look like urine. So that's what I thought. I don't think I have more broth. Well, let's see. I don't think I have more broth. So what I'm gonna do is like a mom hack. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. The mom hack that I have for this little situation is that I will use bouillon cubes. So it's supposed to make broth. 1 bouillon cube will make 1 cup. So I need 4 more, so I'm going to do 4 of these puppies. And maybe I'll do 5 because it did give a range on how many cups you could do. So if I do 5 more cups of liquid, that would be good. So that's how that's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these into this thing, which is only has 4 cups in it. So I'll do 4 in here, I guess. I don't know. And then we'll add that to the pot. I guess cut. Turn up the volume 3. Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google. What are herbes de Provence?
According to Wikipedia, herbes de Provence is a mixture of dried herbs considered typical of the Provence region of southeast France.
Hey Google. What herbs are typical of South France?
On the website splendorgarden.com, they say, Herbes de Provence, a French tradition. Herbes de Provence is a fragrant mixture of dried herbs typical of southern French cooking. Exact recipes vary, but thyme, savory, rosemary and an aniseed-scented herbs such as fennel or tarragon are typical ingredients. Marjoram or basil may also be included in the mixture. To read more, look for the link in your Google Home app.
Little basil, little thyme. I don't remember what she said. Something about. You did say. Or we turn it on.
Oh no, it's okay.
Okay, ready? And here we go. We have it set to soup. 30 minutes. I think it's locked. I'm so nervous.
Okay, let's go. Boom!
It says that it's on. Pressure is on. Keeping warm. Preheating.
I think we should back away.
There it goes.
Oh, I just feel like oh, that might have been the washing machine.
That was the heater. Okay. Well, for now, I guess it's going, but I have no idea if it's timing. Let's see, it's 11:36.
We'll come back.
We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna come back in 30 minutes when this thing is ready to like just check it out. We'll release the pressure together.
We can do a taste test.
See what happens. We'll do it. Absolutely, we're doing a taste test.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Bye. Hey, welcome back. This is Young 40, and our Instapot is finished cooking. We are ready to try this soup. We made a lentil soup that is called like a detox vegetable lentil, and I cannot wait to dig in. So, first things first, we have to release the pressure, which has already been done, and we're gonna add a little.
Excited to try this.
So this is Ben. He's the camera guy, editor, producer,
director. I'm basically the head of the show, man.
All right, Ben. I'm gonna give you a little bit of soup and a potato. Now,
I like potatoes.
earlier when I talked about my pickier eaters, Ben definitely tops that list. This is hot then, so get a spoon and just, oh here, oh no, here, get a spoon.
Oh, what is it?
Get a
Wait, I
spoon.
thought there was a potato.
There is.
Oh god.
So this is delicious. I think it looks delicious, and it's gonna be filling. It's got lots of veggies in it. I mean, this is just it looks creamy. So what I've done is it called for me to pull 4 cups out and blend it with olive oil, and then add that all back into it to give it that creamy look to it. So there is no dairy in here, but it does look yummy and creamy. So here we go
Oh, I see the
in a taste test. Mmm. I taste the root vegetables. I taste
It's not that
potato.
bad, actually.
I taste.
Tastes like a bean.
Mmm, that is really good. That's filling and hearty. Mmm. It's hot. Really hot.
Pretty good though.
Really good. That was awesome. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks so much for joining me today and discovering the Instapot. You know, mom life is the best, but it's also full of challenges. So I'm excited to try this Instapot with you to see what, you know, how it might work for your life, how it's working for mine. We're on a snow day today, so it's just the perfect chance to dive in and see what it looks like. And I'm all about any way that can make momming a little bit easier, a little bit more fun, keep it healthy, and also just have a good time with the kids. So thanks so much for checking us out. Make sure you subscribe below and check us out in our next video. Thanks. Peace from Young 40.